Hi guys, a little bit of a new intro there for you. I have a new journal for 2020. It is double the size and I cannot wait to break into it. So I showed you the prompts list and we're going to get straight to work. First thing I'm going to tackle are these 5 strips of paper. If you are new to Take 5, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're not, then welcome for a new list. I am really excited. This month's prompts are courtesy of Amira. For those of you who are new to Take 5, the way it works is there are 12 of us ladies that participate and we're all over the world. And every month, one of us picks 5 prompts and the rest of us do a mixed media spread and in our own style, of course, and we're all very different, but it is really fun to watch what we each come up with because we're all so unique and we have different styles and ways of even editing our videos, but it's such a blast to watch. The fun part about it is we all upload at the exact same time, the very last day of the month. This month it happens to be the last day of the year. So when you're watching this, Happy New Year! Okay, so I have my strips of paper. Next, let me walk you through my little drawer here of stamps and inks. This is how I keep them. I have one of those rolling carts and I have everything kind of in here and I need to pick 4 stamps for the next prompt. It's really hard to pick just 4 when I don't really know what I'm going to do. I rarely start a Take 5 project with a plan. Usually I know what kind of materials I want and what I'd like to use, but I don't ever have a clear vision of how it's going to end up. And in my experience, that is just how I like it. So the next prompt is 3 colors, and I thought that I was going to end up using my inks as my colors, but I decide against that, and I only end up taking, other than the Stays On, which is black, I only take this, I guess it's like gold, shiny. Anyways, next prompt is 2 images. I had these from Jane Davenport. Something I bought from her came with them. So I'm going to use that. And one of my colors will be this Distress Ink Stains in Rusty Hinges is the color. And I'm just moving it around with a little piece of acetate I had laying around. Now to figure out how to put Humpty Dumpty together again with all these pieces. uh, I'm going to cut out the girls and leave them a tiny little white border all the way around and see if anything flows. Hindsight is always 2020, and I'm going to tell you I made a mistake by using regular photocopy paper. This paper has no weight to it, and it's definitely not meant for mixed media. I should have definitely made these copies on either a cardstock or a watercolor paper or something else. This was mistake number 1, and I will pay for it later on. This image also, I have some regrets. My biggest regret is you can clearly tell she had some kind of headpiece that to me looks like something floral, and I meant to keep that idea going, and I don't. And although I'm happy with the end result, I wish I would have done more. And but here we go. Let's figure out how to fit these pieces together. I know that buffalo plaid has been around forever, but this is my first year actually really into it. It's not because I like particularly red or black, um, or like I'm not going crazy. I don't have it all over the place, but I am playing with it a little bit in my regular day-to-day journal, and you'll see some of that in some upcoming flip through videos. Um, but Yeah, it seemed like a cool idea to have her holding a couple of what in my mind are two journals, but that idea I'm not sure if it completely comes across. I just like the idea of her holding them, just to give the piece a little bit of movement. And I really like these trees behind. I wish I could have shown more of the paper, but I cut my strip too thin and I didn't feel like making another one. It's the second image, the one that I feel like I didn't do enough for. And here we go. Like I said, I was going for some kind of headpiece. I don't know. I saw pine. And then I'm using this sticker paper, which is craft. I've used it before. I love this stuff. Um, but these three pieces took forever to put together. And then when they did, I don't know. I guess it works, but it's just not what I had in my mind. But I went for it, and now it's time to glue everything down with this Tombow Aqua stuff, which I really like. A couple of trims here and there that I didn't notice before. Like I said, this paper was not meant for this. The glue got the paper wet, and even though I dried it with my heat tool, it started bubbling and making all kinds of weird textures. So now I am thinking, what am I going to do with this texture? Because I'm not loving it all over her face and neck. If I could do it all over again, I'd totally grab for my matte medium and I would have stuck them down with that. And at least that would have made my images a little bit more mixed media friendly. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Keep working it. At first, I'm just putting a little bit of glue and like, it'll all stay together with a little bit here and there. But then I'm just like, no, the edges are gonna start peeling up, and that's gonna bother me. And then I can't live like that, so I ended up putting a lot of glue, which again didn't help because this paper wasn't meant for it. Okay, personal problems aside, let me remind you that if you would like to participate in Take 5 and end up making your own version or filming it, making your own video, please make sure you tag one of us 12 ladies in the group, and Kira makes a playlist of all of the submitted videos, and that way everybody that participates can see them. And if you do end up making a project and don't want to share your video but do want to share your end result or didn't record your video, whatever the case may be, make sure to tag us on Instagram and use the hashtag Take5Art so that we can all, see it, enjoy, and maybe get inspired. For those of you who may not know, I started out as a fangirl of this project. I found out about it while there were 12 ladies participating, and it was because I started doing the challenge and recording it. I have a whole playlist on what I like to call my vintage take fives. Um, and then using the hashtag, and the ladies, when they had an opening, I was able to join, was invited to join. Great big privilege to be a part of the Take 5 because I do love this. It is an absolute pleasure to be a part of this wonderful, talented group of ladies, and also so fun to get messy, get creative, and get out of my usual art. Because I do art every day, but this is different. Mixed media is different, and mixed media, I used to do it when I was in high school many, many moons ago, and it just feels good to sometimes just come home and just play. I found this little gold ink pad at the dollar store a while ago, and I really love it. I love that it gives like an antique effect. And again, I'm trying to work with this very white paper, all this texture. So I flip it around and kind of go for it. The next prompt I'm working on is one word for 2020. And I picked my word for 2020 a couple of weeks ago while talking to my friend Shanice, and the word for 2019 was grow. And I wanted to play off of that because I did really well. And so I thought the next thing was expand. And as you see, I did make a little boo-boo. I forgot what I was writing, and I had to make an a D, which worked out really well. Okay, so this is not a prompt. This is totally me being extra and showing off because long time ago I was a newbie and I struggled a lot when I had to pull out my textured paste. It is one of my favorite things to play with, but I struggled. And there's plenty of videos where you can watch me just make a mess. Anywho, I pulled it out because I was struggling with this texture and I just wanted to build up the layers and kind of give the page a little bit more dimension and cover up some stuff. I do end up going in with a bit of watercolor off camera and filling in their faces, adding like a beige tone. And I do have that 3-color prompt situation. So I definitely took advantage of that. And I also gave it a sprinkle of my white ink, which I love to do. And I totally forgot to turn on the camera. I'm really sorry. But now you see me doing this messy border with my dip pen, which I just got as a gift, so I am really unsure about how to use it properly. So I'm using it much more as a brush. I'll figure it out eventually. Okay guys, so I've had a lot of fun making this page. A lot of stress also, as usual. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year, and I hope you guys take a chance and go play with some mixed media. Till next time. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Don't miss a thing. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.